You want to learn how the darknet works. So do I. I want to show you how to use Tor. I want to show you what the onions addressings are, but we're going to wait for a few people to come inside to get comfortable, to get in the tune and in the flow. Once we get that going, I'm going to break down some stereotypes, some myths, some misunderstandings about what Tor is, how to use it effectively, and how to get more in-depth knowledge about it. So, first and foremost, Tor is the dark net. The dark net is not necessarily a location. It's more of an interconnected system that is not available to the www net. Everybody uses Chrome. They use Firefox. If you're in the tribe is here. Hey tribe, boom, boom, boom. If you're using anything, it's not going to be Chrome and it's not going to be Firefox. We like to use other things, and we talk about that inside of the school platform. But anyway, more specifically, when you go to these websites and you type in www, that's just one version of the internet. That's 1/15 of the entire internet economy. Then you have the whole interconnectivity of the system. So the network devices, all the other solutions that are inside the networks. When you're doing BGP routing, IP addresses, protocols, services, HTTP, SSL, all of those different secure socket layer, SSH, all of those secure sockets when you do remote administration, that is part of the internet. That's why it's called the internet. It's an internetworked grouping of computers, systems, and devices that communicate on multitudes of protocols. When you understand that, you're going to understand a few things. When you're using www.yahoo.com, that's just one little smidgen, one protocol, one port that is rendering on your browser that is showing you a resolution of some kind of programming based off of one slithering of the internet. What is the darknet? Okay, the darknet's the back end. It's the back end of the internet. It's the part that you don't traditionally see. So what did hackers do about 20 years ago or 10 years ago? They said in Tor, if you didn't know that, if you don't know this, Tor is predicated off of a very secretive darker program that we use in the Navy called Navy Order Wire, but we're not going to go into that right now. So a lot of hackers got together and they said, you know what? We don't want our privacy given up. We don't want all of our IP addresses given up. We don't want people to see where we're going. Let's create a node-based, encrypted node-based communication system so our IP addresses are not revealed to the public. Oh, really? So when that was created, a lot of people got together and they said, okay, well listen, this is how intrusion detection works. This is how these systems of intrusion work. We want to make sure that we're masking our IP addresses. So they took the whole proxy idea. What is a proxy? A proxy is a system or server that provides access to a system on behalf of another, in the simplest forms, right? A system or device that provides access to a service at the behest or request of another. So when you're using a proxy server, or you have a proxy address, that means that I am asking another person or another machine to gain access to this device on my behalf. Why would I do that? That's like the guy going out and saying, hey man, can you go give me a bag of weed like off the street because I don't want to get caught? And then, okay, well then all the risk goes to you. Yeah, but don't fall for that. We smarter than that. So that's what the proxy address is doing, except there's encryption involved. There's lots of encryption. There's lots of zero knowledge, if you will, about where the last hop came from, where the last request came from, and then they have a certain type of hop net. What is a hop net? It's more like a frequency net. A frequency net or a hop net is saying, listen, before this packet goes out, we're only going to communicate with 5 other nodes before we go out to the actual website. So if we actually went to www.organizedcrime.org or organizedcrime.onion, which is not a real address, I type that into my Tor browser. We're going to talk about that in a few seconds. Relax, take a deep breath. We're going to talk about that in a few seconds. I see you all in the comments. I want to know about Tor. I want to know what's going on. Relax. You got to learn the basics before you start running into the tools. A lot of you are just wanting to go with it. What do I download? Which one do I download? Do I download it here? What configurations do I make? And you don't know the methodology. See, in spycraft, in tradecraft, in alchemy craft, in cybercraft, you know what makes the difference between somebody who gets caught and somebody who gets money and doesn't get caught? It's the methodology over the tools of the technology. It's the methodology over the technology. So you can walk in and say, I know all the tools. I went out and I saw, and I paid for this person on the darknet. I went to this website on the darknet and I paid $50,000 and I got all the secret tools that the hackers make, and you'll be locked up in a week. You may have the tools, but you don't know how to use them. It's like having a weapon. It's like having a weapon. And I say, hey, listen. We got some rattan wood. I need you to defend this army, defend this house. And you sitting up there like this with the, okay, no problem. You know, and you're holding it like this and you don't know what you're doing. Well, this is actually a good grip. You hold it like this and you don't know what to do with, you got the tool, but you don't know the methodology. You get what I'm saying? You don't know striking. You don't know distance. You don't know how to stab. Y'all like that, don't you? Yeah. Bad motherfucker with these motherfuckers. Anyway, same thing when it comes to your Tor, to your browsers, to how you use the methodology when you're going into the dark net. You may know how to use the tool. You may have the tool at your disposal, but you don't know the methodology. Let's go over a few methodologies free of charge, of course. Now, of course, we have a very serious situation that we go through in the other places, but we're not going to talk about that right now. This is a you session. Number one, I want you to understand that the feds and everybody is deeply involved in the darknet. So a lot of you that go out and say, you know what, I use Tor browser behind a VPN. Let's unpack that. Let's unpack that methodology. Do we know what Tor browser is? Does anybody know what Tor browser is? Everybody know what Tor browser is? Try. Does anybody know what Tor browser is? Let me see the Tor browser. Hey, what's up, back 10? Tor browser, who knows what it is? Hello, Dental Flow. All right, Tor browser is the browser that is used to go onto the dark net. There are a multitude levels of dark nets, by the way. It's not just the Tor browser. You can use a lot of other things. I2P, those are versions of the Tor browser. All right, so what you're not going to do, disclaimer, what you're not going to do is get off of this live and go download Tor browser. You're not ready yet. You're not ready. I shouldn't even say it, but I said it anyway. You're not ready for the Tor browser yet, right? Let's talk about it. Tor is a browser that allows you to access different versions of the dark net. However, it does provide anonymity to those who go out and want to provide a level of security to themselves. So, Tor browser doesn't mean that you're going to do dark things. First, the Tor browser does not mean that you're going to go do illegal things. Tor browser is legal. Tor browser is a legal construct of technology. It's created by people who are a group of collectives that want people to be free from surveillance. The Tor browser is one of the best, if layered correctly with the right methodologies, browsers to use for anonymity. The Tor browser is not a bad tool. Hacker is not a bad term. Hacker is simply the definition of people who want to create alternate methods of communication or function in systems that were designed to do one particular thing. So what does that mean? If I go in and I create a different piece of code to make my Tor browser do something different, that means I hacked it. It doesn't mean that I did something illegal. All right? So let's talk about Tor browser really quick. Tor browser creates nodes. So before the person, when you download Tor browser and you put it on your computer, the first thing that happens is, let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it. Because you know you're talking to the Fed, the former three-letter intelligence spy, cyber spy, and you're talking to the former auditor. You know, so I was on both sides of the fence, and you're talking to the former black hat. You know, not an angel, I'm an alchemist. Come on, deal with me now. So let's go over both sides. You download the Tor browser. The first thing you're doing, you need to understand, where did you download the Tor browser from? Where did you download it from? Did you download it from a Chrome browser? Did you download Tor browser from a Chrome browser that had your authentication logged into it? What am I saying? When you open up your Chrome browser and you log into your Chrome and you use your Gmail account and then you go to Tor and you download it on your machine, how anonymous are you from that point on? Let's talk about it. You get what I'm saying? So you need to understand the methods of acquisition. Methods of acquisition is a very important product. It's a methodology. That's why I call it a product. Remember that on your journey. Now, Tor browser does provide layers of security for you to have access to other different websites that end in .onion. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Everybody in the tribe, does that make sense? Groovy. I'm appreciating your participation. Now that you understand that, I want you to understand that, is there a legitimate use for Tor in this world? Absolutely. You can go to, listen, if I go to Amazon.com and I'm using a Tor browser, number one, Amazon.com will never know it was Jason Tate. They will never know that it was from my Gmail account because Tor browser doesn't allow any of that. Does that make sense? And because it doesn't allow that, it does provide a layer of security to me. I can use the Tor browser to go to Facebook. And it's going to block cookies. It's going to block all types of things. A few things you want to do is configure your Tor browser in a secure way. Even though out of the box it is more secure than other things, there are other things that you want to do to ensure your security is maintained within the Tor environment. Now, with that being said, I want people to give me some insights on what ideas they think is best for maintaining security inside of their Tor environment. Come on stage. Somebody say something. Grand rising, everybody. We are not mourning in this motherfucker today. It's more secure than brave, but when you have any kind of situation of security, you're going to have a counterbalance between security and functionality. It's like saying, I want to have a tank, but I want to go 100,000 miles an hour like a Ferrari, and I want to be able to handle curves like a Lamborghini. That's just not physically possible right now, unless you got a rocket ship. Does that make sense? It's not physically possible. So you're going to have some kind of compromise. When you implement a Tor browser, you're not going to have the speed and the agility of Chrome. Chrome is fast because of the relationships and the back-end deals it does to make its content render faster on websites. Does that make sense? Tor browser doesn't get in relationships. Tor browser is not a trick or a prostitute in the tech industry. Most of these technologies that you're using have back-end dealings. They're all spies working with each other. You need to understand that. You're over there thinking that you are number one in this game. You think that they care about you. None of these tech companies give a care about you. They care about your insight, your like, your attention, how much time can... Oh, so why is it going faster? The only reason the Chrome browser goes faster than Tor is because they want you to stay in the Chrome browser because it's faster. You get what I'm saying? All right, now, if you have questions, I'm opening up the floor. That was the introduction to Tor, the understandings of it, the myths, the demystifications. Now you understand that. Do you want to get on stage? Does anybody want to get on stage and have a conversation? Anybody in the tribe want to have a conversation? Y'all have first dibs on having a conversation. Anybody? All right. Nobody? Are you not entertained? Yes, it does make sense. All right. Again, let's recap really quick. If you're jumping on board, you walked into a conversation about the Tor browser. Kenron. Okay, what's up, Kenron? What's up? You want to speak? What's going on?
Hey, yo, that's my bad, man.
Okay, no worries. So everybody, we have the tribe in here, everybody from the Buzz organization who are going through becoming special forces operating alchemists. They're in the tribe. Say hello. Say hello, people. Hello, hello. All right. And I'll show YouTube too. Here we go. Yeah, that's them. All right. That's too fast because I don't want y'all seeing my people. You know what I'm saying? Can't give up my secrets. You know what I'm saying? I got my army and shit. My special forces. You know what I'm saying? My SEALs. My metaphysical SEALs. You know what I'm saying, son? All right. Somebody wants to get on live. Here we go. Arrow. Bring it. Stay respectful. Stay clear. Be precise and concise with your language. All right, somebody inside of YouTube is asking, how can you get on stage? 1 second, brother, 1 second. Somebody on YouTube is asking, how do you get on stage in YouTube? I have asked all of the gods and I've asked all of the people, and I'm a tech person. I'm gonna have to merge my system. So the answer to your question is right now, you'd have to get on another side to do that. All right, you'd have to come over here and I don't really advise that. So just wait. How can I help you, brother?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm loving this life. Happy to be alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love it. So I have some questions. So with Tor, I have some friends who work in the cybersecurity space. They were telling me that Tor, a lot of times this Tor is very, like you were saying earlier, it's surveilled by the government, and it was created by the Navy. So is there any worry about when using Tor, like the app itself, about like being surveilled that way, or you're more worried about like the authentication keys you're talking about and the external things that are used to track you that we need to keep track of?
That's a very good question. It's semi-loaded, but you know what? I'm used to the AR framework anyway. I can lock and cock on any day. So here we go. Everybody who's asking, Is the Tor something that's using the Tor browser going to give you illumination from law enforcement? Is it going to draw you more attention than any other browser? First and foremost, brother, understand this. If you're using the internet in 2025, you're being watched any fucking way. It depends on who you're being watched by. As soon as you light up the Tor browser, however, as soon as you light up that Tor browser, your ISP will know that you are using the Tor browser because of the ports and protocols it uses, unless you do some reverse proxying or you kill chain some of the ports. And that's a whole different technical conversation that we talk about in our other school. But let me give you the answers that you're talking about. No. It's always good to wrap everything that you're doing in layers. There is a term that is used in the industry, in the Navy, in the military, in the intelligence complex, in the hacking world, in the cybersecurity world, and it starts with D. It ends in D. Does anybody know what that is? It's a 3-letter term, 3-word term. Whenever you're doing anything that you require levels of security with, the number one thing you need to do is defense in depth. That means you need to layer like an onion, just like the Tor browser is an onion. That's why it's a picture of an onion. That was not a Hova situation. I'm not a part of that weirdness. So what I'm saying is you need to have layers to your security. So what are layers to your security? Right? Now remember, you're talking to former 3-letter intelligence agent cyber spy. You know, the former FinTech 100 chief information security officer, Experian, Humana, you know, black guy, gold teeth. CISO, you hear what I'm saying? So let's use this methodology. Remember this. The reason why I brought it up is not about ego. I want you to have validation and certification and agency with the information I'm about to send your way. It's heavy this way. Number one, you layer your defenses. If you have something that comes into the house, or if you're using it from the house, the last thing you want to do is let that ISP know what you're doing. So you need to configure your router to have a DMZ that gives you a different demarcation into another network where you have a VPN breaking out to your internal network that also has a proxy running that split tunnels does not split tunnel everything that you're doing into another network. Then it goes into you ready for it? Are you paying attention? No. Then it goes into a virtual host. In that virtual host, you have your virtual routing. You put another VPN in there, and then you start opening up the ports, protocols, and services to allow you to do Tor. Are you figuring out what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's an onion. Layer it, and you have control of it.
And you need to know what you're doing and know where you're going. Yes, we're dropping technical things today. I've been tired of dealing with y'all like adolescents. Now it's time to talk to the technical people. So you can go get you a virtual router, or you can go get you a container and have a container that automatically is configured to do the encapsulation for you. But doesn't the government have the ability to have SSL acceleration de-accelerated and de-encrypted or unencrypted? Yes, but that's why you wrap it again. What are you doing? Are you paying attention? Is anybody paying attention? You have to wrap it again. Reserve the certifications. Come on.
So do you wrap it in your own server, or do you use a cloud server?
I want you to answer that question, because now I'm going to dig with you, okay? We're going to dig. I'm the Fed. You're the person that wants to release freedom to the world. I want all people to know. All right. As soon as my server, you said the word my server, I know who you are, hypothetically. This is a hypothetical. I'm the Fed. I'm the bad guy. I'm the good guy pretending to be the bad, whatever the fuck. We're people on the opposite sides of the spectrum. He wants to go out and do something that liberates the world with freedoms. So he just said, wouldn't I use my own server to do my own? Watch this. As soon as I find out that you are the person of interest that I need to investigate, I'm calling Visa. I'm calling MasterCard. I'm calling everybody. I'm figuring out where you live. Before I even show up to your internet presence, I've already got a dossier of everything you're doing. I know your sexual inclinations. I know your insecurities. I know what your mama smokes. I know what your daddy did on Tuesday. I know what your cousin's doing on Friday. I know what kind of visa you're doing. So by the time I turn on my portal, I'm just looking through a lens of what you're doing electronically, but I've already known every transaction you've made. I know every Bitcoin wallet you've got. So if it's yours, it's a very bad fucking idea. Excuse my vernacular. It's a very horrible idea. Let's use a better word. I would like to leverage a bulletproof service that provides access on a lease base to provide routing, processing, and serving of situations that I can route through. I am not going to tell you anything that's illegal on this channel or ever, because we don't do illegal things. I'm going to give you the methodology to take with you on your journey. Did that make sense though?
Yeah. So you're saying there's services out here where you could just pay as you go, lease, rent, that allow you to get access to. It's kind of like working with a big bank, Chase Bank, and having transactions brought through them.
More like working with HBCU, which facilitates money laundering by terrorist organizations, not Chase, because they just take from black people. They just take from Americans. Did I just say that out loud? That was my inside voice. My bad. Did I say that out loud? Oh, that was my inside voice. My bad.
I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's good information.
So, again, remember, let's talk about now everything we're discussing, I'm speaking at a high level. Obviously, we go into depth in other places that we have here. But listen, how you acquire is how you desire to stay off the wire. Say it with me. How you acquire
is how you desire
to stay off the
wire.
Woo-hoo! What does that mean? That means that the number one place where I capture, when feds capture, when dark, listen, whatever, if I'm on a security operation, I'm hunting somebody that's doing some mega things, and I set up a trap. The trap, 90% of my focus is on the acquisition. Are they coming through the door? The first entry, when you go buy the service, when you go and do the search engine. The acquisition is where 99.999% of people get caught. Because they move with energy, they move with emotion. You can't move with emotion what you're doing. You have to be in the thought of like, okay, here's what I do. The reason why I do Tai Chi is not for martial arts. Well, some of it is. I do other things for that. The reason why I do Tai Chi is because in Tai Chi, I have to tell my body what I want it to do before I actually move. That's part of it, right? I have to tell my body what I want it to do. Raise hands, sink elbows. I tell my body first, not with my mouth, with my mind. And what that does is it puts a buffer in between what my actions are and what my intention is. When I move with intention and I strike fast, you felt that? Did you feel that? I felt that. When you move with that kind of intention, that means that I'm not just throwing a punch, I'm whipping the punch, but I'm already teleporting that you're not going to see it before it lands. The same thing happens when you're doing acquisition of products. I'm not going to walk up and go just put out my credit card. If I do that, it's going to have my name on it. And actually, we have RFID now. Pay attention, I'm about to say something. Most of the chips on your cards, most of the cards that you carry, they have chips. Does anybody know what RFID stands for? Radio frequency identifier. So what does that mean? That means that little chip is a transceiver. What is a transceiver? That means it both transmits and receives at the same damn time without a power source. And they say, unless it's connected. What does that mean about darknet? I'm about to tell you how we've caught people. Back in the day when I was on the other side, which was a Tuesday in 2014. RFID gives off a signal. Most of your stoplights, most of the places when you walk into stores, they have sensors that can pick that up. Bluetooth low energy sensors work off of a similar frequency band, and you can set up these sensors to know where people are going. So you walk around here saying, oh shit, homie, I got the pack in, the plug about to pull up, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Let me go to the ATM. You dumb person. You just you gave me your chain of events. But here's the problem with most people. Most people don't know how the feds do what they do because the feds are not allowed to submit a warrant for that information because it will give up the tactics, techniques, and protocols. When I hunt people, don't you know they wonder, like, how did you get me? That's what they say in the backseat when I got them wrapped and tied. I'm like, yo, listen, man, whoever you owe, they paid a lot of money because, I had to pull out my... I'm joking. I don't do that. So what I'm saying is, because people they carry around electronics that emit all the time. They're walking around with things that they don't even know tells them, like, oh, you just telling yourself. I was never there. Bruh, your credit card number is 447-2644, and it's a Visa, and it's got a red backing on it, and you know what? It's next to your driver's license. It's next to a passport that you keep on it. Listen, when you got to get buck naked. You got to get like when I said, you got to strip down when you go on to do things in life that you want to have privacy. All these people out there protest. I'm going to protest to create change. Fuck Trump and fuck Biden, you silly rabbits. We don't like ICE. I hate ICE. And y'all walk around with your phones, walking around. We hate ICE. We hate ICE. And your phone's out there admitting everything about you. So you go back home and you wonder why the cops roll up your cousin, and they only rolling up your cousin because they know that you're gonna fight for him, you're gonna say something about it, and they know that that's the bait. They're gonna pull in other things about you. See, does everybody know how IMSI catches? I know I'm going off a pivot, but are you picking up what I'm putting down? Am I boring you, my brother?
No.
Okay, cool. Now listen, because this all goes into Tor usage. Like when you join our class, you learn these things. So, in more depth. But when you go into, when a cop goes out, watch this. Cops will go bust you, right? They'll bust your people, whatever the charge is. You know, like, oh, they knew that you're gonna have a pound on you, or you're gonna be talking about something negative. You're trying to overthrow the government, right? They've already tapped into your phone. They can't say that they used an IMSI catcher or a Stingray or a Hairstat or a few other names I'm not going to name on this live because it's going to come off the negative way. They're not going to say that because you know what happens? The company that makes the actual technology this is going to get deep. This is going to get heavy. The company that makes the technology for the Stingrays, for the IMSI catchers, they sign a deal with the federal courts so that the local law enforcement that gets funding from the feds to stay in perpetual existence, it says that you cannot name the name of this technology and its capabilities because it's for national security purposes. So the cops never ever actually get the data from where you are. They have to lease access to a portal. How do I know these things? You're talking to the only thing you'll ever come close to being a Fed, an intelligence officer, a spy, ever that's going to tell you these things, ever, that looks like this. You're never going to find somebody that looks like this doing this. It costs a lot to give you this kind of information. So, I hope I'll give you some information, brother, that you can chew on.
Yeah, it's a lot. I appreciate that. You know, I can tell you educated, and there's a lot of classes too, like Stan's University, everything like that. It's like, they don't even teach this stuff.
No. I'm different.
Are you waiting teaching it?
I'm different.
Giving you the real information.
I'm giving you what you need.
The thing is, I know, they know, but they can't tell you they know. It turns into that. And it's like they get information from everywhere.
We call it going around your elbow to get to your ankle. That shit don't make sense. Here's the thing, and most people may have functional knowledge, but they don't have operational knowledge. You have to mix functional, operational, and experience, or empirical knowledge, if you will, to be able to display it the way that I'm giving. And a lot of people have the books. They're like, you know what? And then you've got they keep it separated for a reason. Let's talk about that. Why is it that you don't see this kind of information in the streets, if you will? The gentleman on the camera just said, well, you know, a lot of people may know it, but they just don't want to get caught up. Here we go. Most of them only operate on one side of the fence. Most of the people that you've ever met doing these things I've only been a Fed and I've only helped out the white hats. I'm a white hat and fuck the bad guys, and the bad guys are horrible. Fuck them. Get the terrorists. And then you got the guy that was working for a three-letter intelligence, and they say, there is no good or bad. It's only in the best interest of the United States of America, so we do what we need to do if it's gray, white, or black, and we're going to take care of it. I'm like, wait. Can we just say that in layman's terms? You're saying that I can do what I want, and you're going to train me, and you're also going to show me how not to get caught, but if I get caught, you're not going to tell the world that I belong to you? Fuck yeah. Give me that shit. So that's what I did for 20 years. Fun stuff, right? And then when I got out, I wasn't an angel. You know, I was mad. I was like, oh shit, y'all left me in Lebanon, you silly rabbits. I'm gonna go do some dumb orangutan stuff. And I did some orangutan stuff for a long time, and then I went into corporate America again, became a CISO. After I was a big bad gorilla in the dark, in the beast, I was like, you know, all right, let me clean off my chest. And all right, do y'all need a CISO? Because I know a lot of stuff, and I'm really good at regulations and everything because I'm just amazing. And they were like, yes, come on, brother, show us how to do it. So after that, I realized I can't take orders from anybody. Now I need to train the masses. So that's why you're getting functional, empirical articulation. It sounds is from Ivy League, but you're also understanding the depths of insanity because I need to give you a mirror of which to see the message of which you need to receive. Whew, I'm different. All right.
Thank you, sir.
You have a great one, brother. Amen. All right, that was good. Ashe. Woo! That was good. Oh, yeah. I love this energy. Yes. Does anybody else want to get on stage? Jolly Wally, no. You come on stage all the time. I love you, though. But if I keep bringing you on stage, you're not going to learn. You should be in the tribe, Jolly Wally. Jolly Wally, you should be in the tribe. You see the tribe right here? Look, this is the tribe. The tribe's right here. The tribe's looking. Where you at, Jolly Wally? Look at all the people in the tribe. They waving at you. Look at Jolly Wally. They change. Jolly Wally, you need to be in there. Dang it. Shit. All right. Thank you for dropping gems. Hey, why aren't you saying thank you in the tribe? Where you get first dibs on asking questions. Why aren't you doing buzz? Why aren't you putting in the work? Why are y'all just sitting out there from the ropes? It's like, you know what? I don't really want to fuck with him for real because he's too heavy for me. He might take my girlfriend. He might take my wife. Come on, man, get it up. Let's get some. Let's learn it. Oh yeah. Let's go. Yes, I'm cooking today. I got time today. Who wants to get on stage? Who wants to get on stage and talk about something related to these topics? Tor, onion router, covering up your ID, zero signature. Who wants to get on stage? I'm not going to talk to you because I don't owe you anything. However, I like to engage. I like to sharpen the edges. Who wants to do it? Okay, well, looks like we got a whole bunch of scary people in the house today. It's all good. I love you. Either way, scary or happy, up in front or behind. I don't care. I'm not judging. I'm just identifying. Woo, that was a bar, by the way. All right, let's see. But don't mean I think what they mean. I don't know what that means. Let him cook, Tracy, Utah. I see you, baby. Good to see you back in the house. I haven't seen you in about a month. All right. Do I gav to know? You got to learn how to speak first before you even say anything to me. Did I gav to know anything? What the fuck are you saying? Listen, how to go about... No, Kevin Brian Boxing. You may know how to slip a jab, but you don't know how to communicate to an alchemist, an alpha. You got to use please, thank you, respect. You just get in the ring and just start throwing punches. Somebody gonna knock you out, Kevin Boxing. You got to learn how to speak. Sir, alchemist, please, do you mind sharing the information about X, Y, and Z? You get what I'm saying? I demand mine. Either way. All right, so we got a lot of questions over here on YouTube. I believe my Faraday bag worked out, but I'm going to test it again soon. How do we test a Faraday? Does anybody know how to test your Faraday? SQ Bird said, listen everybody, SQ Bird said, I couldn't spell because you're exciting me so much I got too nervous. Yes, you want to take a pee, I get it. It's like, shit, you're invigorating the energy in me. You're making your legs do this right here. Your legs going like this. I get it. You're like, yes, it's good energy. We could be inside of these screens locking up talking about racism and talking about division and talking about how bad the world is. Instead, we're getting our power back. We on some real deal shit today, baby. We want to see how it really works. How power really works. You get what I'm saying? This is how you clean out the blinders. You know what I'm saying? There you go. You said the right thing. So somebody in the hell yeah. Oh yeah. Listen. The screens make you feel smaller, and because you feel smaller, you feel like you gotta get crying. I just want to be safe. No, fuck all that. Spread your fucking wings and allow yourself to express yourself at the highest motherfucking vibration. And fuck them if they can't take a joke. You get what I'm saying? Woohoo! Yes! We need that. All right, so somebody just asked about buzz. They said how much time needs to be set aside. I set aside 14 days, but most of the people in this room right now in Buds, they've been here for like 2 months. And that's because I think they just like to be there. Shit, it only just take you 14 days, man. Yes, SU Bird. That's how you do it. That's how you test it. So everybody wants to know, how do you test the Faraday? Put your bag, test its function. Don't listen to the marketing. Hey, it blocks all radio frequencies from this band in the Alexa. No, absolutely not. I don't care what you're saying. Take the Alexa, take your phone, put it inside the box. Make sure you try to connect to a computer or a speaker. If it don't work, it's working. If it do work, you got for $25. All right? Does anybody want to get on stage? Man, what's going on, man? All this energy out here, y'all giving me good energy in my chest. I'm ready to go take over a small country, move a mountain. I'm not even being funny, like, for real. insane. Yes. Does anybody want to get on stage? If not, I'm going to go get some breakfast. I'm going to go eat. All right. I'm going to give it 5, 4, 3, 2. Y'all have a great, fantastic, blessed, and abundant day. Oh, yeah. Woo! All right. Peace out, everybody.